Okay guys, I'm making a quick video here this morning. The reason being that I was in this battle last night and it reminded me once again of a very important rule in World of Tanks, and it has to do with the responsibility of the top tier vehicles. We're in a battle with 3 tier 10s, a bunch of tier 9s, and then the remainder of the team consists of tier 8s. And in a battle like that, the vehicles at the top of the charts there, the 3 tier 10s on the enemy team, they don't have the luxury of a leisurely approach march and a delayed engagement. They have to start fighting as soon as possible, consistent with safety. They really have no other option. Now, when they play individually, you can hold off and be a little bit more circumspect about getting involved in the fight because you're not platooned with somebody else, and you can play that way, and you can play very successfully that way, but not in this situation. Now, I stopped the clock when the T-57 was seen for the first time, so we are already 3 minutes and 11 seconds into the fight. Now, the Conqueror was seen earlier when they executed our Leopard PTA, who accepted capital punishment over there, way off in the distance. The second thing I want to talk about here is the myth of map control. When I used to do clan wars, it would make my head explode when people started using that phrase. It's a meaningless phrase. It's a slogan. We have refused the flank. We have yielded a huge fraction of the map. Here, I'll show you guys. I mean, this whole area, we declined to go there. And no problem. We've got a field of fire. Any vehicle that approaches tries to make little probes here. We've got it covered. Our TDs and other vehicles are equal to that task. And because the enemy team was late, the 3 top vehicles over there are late to the fight. We've already racked up a huge amount of damage, and they are unable to respond. Now, another factor here is the fact that our guys are concentrated, right? This is why map control is a myth. The phrase ought to be mutual support. Do you have help fighting in your chosen position? And the answer for our team is yes. We did lose that Leopard. He didn't conform to the strategy here, if you can call it a strategy. Anyways, I'm going to hit the space bar here, and I believe at this stage I was asked to come over here and do some spotting. Now, I've made a mistake here. I forgot to fix my radio. In the heat of the action, sometimes I forget. But, driving around here is important. And there, I lit those guys up. And I believe the T-54 hit me twice. But you'll see, we have not deviated from this. Essentially, we're playing defense, and very successfully. There's only one arty in this game, so there was even less reason for the heavy vehicles over there to exercise caution, right? So speed this up here, and there's a famous quote from military history by von Moltke, the German general from the 19th century that won a whole bunch of wars and total genius in the art of war. He said famously that you cannot recover from a bad deployment, and that is so true, and that's what happened here. So I've got to retreat again, and I'm just going to, like I said, advance the clock, and I'll stop it right before I get killed. And you can see the enemy is essentially surrounded. It's game over, and we benefited from the mistake. I'll call it a mistake. I like this map when that happens, when you refuse the flank, and good things happen because of that. How many times we've all seen this? A bunch of mediums go over here and are unable to make any headway, and they're all wiped out. I've seen that over and over and over again, and we didn't do it, and we benefited enormously. We ignored the notion of map control, and we helped one another. and that's the best thing you can do in World of Tanks. So it's game over, and I hope you enjoyed the video.